Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your ear.
Weekday morning, 6 to 10.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building,
Reggie Nobles.
Am I really special?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I always say you one of the most underrated
I
lyricists
do
of all
hear
time.
you. I hear you.
You
Thank
know?
you for that, brother.
Why do you think that is, though?
I don't know. I think I never really surfaced at that level of having a single on the radio 80 times a day. I think that's
You were
why.
pretty close a couple times. You had a lot of big
a
records.
little bit. It was maybe like 20 times a day. It wasn't 80. But I don't know. It's how I guess because I'm such a regular guy and people respects me as being that dude that's so easy to meet and talk to. That when you're easygoing, they don't look at you at that level. They look at you as reachable.
As one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So if I was walking around with a gang of bodyguards and shit, then they'd be like, "Oh yeah, man, he's at that level. He can't be touched."
Right.
So, but that ain't me.
Was there ever pressure to, I guess, go more commercial?
No, not at all. With Def Jam, when I was on Def Jam, they had artists up there that was going commercial and having the big records. Dudes like Red and Meth and Ghostface Killer, we brought balance. We were the kind of artists that produced a great album that you can listen through all the way. So no, I respect my level. I love it.
And you probably did more than a lot of rappers by not selling out. You had,
absolutely.
Had sitcoms and movies.
Yeah.
And,
Movies,
Yeah.
tours.
The
crazy.
MTV Cribs is probably the best MTV Cribs ever, the one that you did.
Thank you, yeah.
Because people be on there trying to front and stunt and act like
That
they
wasn't his house. That wasn't really his house.
And they want, it was. They wanted me to, yeah, f*** you, Envy. He it was my.
It was just different because it was like,
Hey, listen. At the end of the day, MTV wanted me to rent a house, and I'm the kind of dude that like to display who I really am, even with my my immediate circle. And my immediate circle would have knew that wasn't my house, so they wanted me to rent a house, and I told them no. I said, "Y'all come to my house. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit." But they showed They showed up a little bit earlier than expected. So
gotta set
I still had cousin on the floor. He was sleeping. All that was supposed to be gathered up, but it worked.
Was that the only crib you owned at the time?
No, I had another crib in Atlanta, but I don't live in it. That was for my son.
yeah, that's crazy that they would do an MTV Cribs and ask you to rent a house. Like, why would I but a lot of people did that. Why would I do that in a house that's not mine?
But when I watched the show, I used to wonder, like, damn, they house is clean as hell. Like,
Right.
like a museum.
They ain't
Like,
got no pictures, no family,
pictures,
nothing.
You know what I mean? It was just clean like a museum, nothing dirty in there. So I was like, this is funny. And they wanted me to do the same thing. I wasn't having it.
See, that's
Yeah.
how you're supposed to be.
That's right.
Now what's been so long? It seems like you took a break off from music when you started doing the movies and started doing the sitcom. And what happened? Why?
No, I didn't even take a break. I had just got off Def Jam maybe like 3-4 years ago since '92. So that break was just really kind of learning the game, learning this new independent new era on how to work and operate in it. And then in between there, I was balancing, I guess, my job and what I do and my kids. Like I like taking my daughter to Alvin Ailey practice. I like taking my son to MMA. It gives me that balance. So in that time, I was balancing with my kids, balancing who I am, and balancing his business with my team. Really.
You teaching your son MMA?
No, he go to MMA class. I like taking him.
Yeah.
I get a joy out of taking my kids to their practice. It shows that I'm showing that balance.
You got to keep a gun on you then. He going to try you.
He gonna try. Hey, I brought him in, I take him out, just like they say. That's
Now,
right.
At first, when you guys first came out, you guys were the original bad boys of the industry. I mean, y'all would beat people up. I mean,
Who's
Redman ain't beating no. He wasn't beating people.
Keith
Death
Murray,
Squad?
no, we wasn't beating
Yes.
no money. We wasn't beating nobody.
Redman always seemed like
Yes,
kind of a
y'all was.
fun.
Hey, listen.
You
any
beat somebody up on they were taping something for Def Jam.
Yeah,
and the,
yeah,
and
I
the
know.
mic man
Hey,
came
listen.
to fix the mic.
But we
beat him up.
we was the bad boys of. But you know what? It was just a learning experience, man. Like we had to go through it. You was right there, Envy with us.
I know.
You seen it all. You know what we had to go through.
Envy's still out here trying to act like he's 25. You don't
You know, 90s era was aggressive. Like we didn't have the internet to talk crap through. You know, when we said we was going to get you, we was going to get you, and that meant being at your shows. When you're doing when you're doing your practice before the show, we'll meet you at your sound. Your
sound check.
Your sound check. This is real. Like it wasn't no backing out of it. You know, KRS-One went on stage. He started it.
Threw PM Dawn off the
Yeah,
stage.
exactly. You know, that's our era. That's what we came from. So expect that.
How did you even know people had beef with you back then? Because there was no internet.
Yeah, you know what? It was through word of mouth. And what we had back then was communication. We had to shake a person's hand and look them in the eye. So when you heard about someone had beef with you, it was circulated real quick because everyone knew each other, and we were such a small community far as getting our music out through either MTV, BET, or Video Music Box. So we didn't have that many channels. So when you heard someone talked about you, it was quickly addressed. Yeah, absolutely.
Jersey was real strong back when Redman first came out. And now I saw you commenting recently about Fetty Wap and how he's putting it down for Jersey, and you respect that.
Yeah, why not? He's from Jersey. Hey,
but Jersey was strong. I mean, we had Naughty by Nature, Queen Latifah,
yeah, of course,
Redman.
But we know that, but we're not really recognized. Like for example, like back in the day, you go to California, you say you're from the East Coast, first thing they say is New York. So that's why it was very important for Jerseyans to stand out, like, and support each other to the fullest. Anytime we did an interview, we would support each other. Yeah, Naughty by Nature, Queen Latifah, Lakim Shabazz, Lords of the Underground,
you had Artifacts.
Exactly. So
Poor Righteous Teachers.
Yeah, exactly. So Fetty Wap, you know, even though he's doing the new wave music and keeping up with the new era, so you got to support him. He's doing his thing.
Now, your relationship with Method Man, did that hurt you or help you? And the reason I say that is you no longer was an individual. You guys were a group all the time.
Right.
So it was no longer, it felt like solo project. It was just Meth and Red. It was always Meth and Red, not just Redman separately and not just Method Man separately. Did that hurt or help?
No, not at all. It didn't hurt, not one bit, because we understood that we could come together and get money, and then we could separate and still have a business, a very profitable business together and separate. And, you know, Meth, my young brother, man, it's like, you know, we understood that we see other crews that broke up and how they broke up and, you know, their money issues, and we promised ourselves we're going to avoid that. And a couple of things to avoid that is not having egos and, you know, and supporting each other, even in our roughest hour. If he's going through something, I'm going through something. When he's winning, I'm winning. When I'm winning, he's winning. Right. And then we're able to separate that and still do shows. Like Red and Meth still tour and do shows like the 90s. Yeah. We got to turn down tours. Still to this day. Like we get money.
It was it was also a great organic pairing because it seemed like it was very natural. Like y'all, it wasn't something that somebody devised. Like, okay, we're going to take him and we're going to take him.
Def Jam. At that time, I was dropping the second album, There's a Dark Side. And Meth was, thank you, brother. And Meth was dropping his first album, and they put us on a tour together in a van. That's when we toured and hit mom and pop stores and in stores, and that was the good days. So they put us in a van, and they called the promotional tour the Month of the Man. And that was one of the most, I would say, pivotal promotional tours ever at Def Jam because we crossed so many boundaries, and after that, we started the entity of Redman and Method Man. We wrote the first song on the road, How High. Yeah, and just took off from there, yo.
And plus, both of y'all was probably always looking for weed on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. We was weed heads. We thought the same. We had the same views. We acted the same. You know, even our pops is born on the same day.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
it'd be easier to find weed now though with social media. I'm sure back then it's like, who we gonna call? Who's gonna get the weed? Where can we get
you can pull up an app and find some bud right
now. You
Absolutely.
can. Back then it was a lot harder.
I always wondered about the Hit Squad, Def Squad thing because to me that was like the original Rockefeller breakup.
That's right.
Y'all all came up on the EPMD and y'all had to choose sides. What made you choose the Def Squad side?
Well, I came under Eric Sermon. Like when I met EPMD. K Solo was there. You know, K Solo, my brother.
That we really thought y'all was brothers.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, we born on the same day. You know, we born on the same day. And Solo, he's older than me, but he schooled me on so many things. That's one guy that if y'all interview, he would be so interesting. But back to your question, I came under the tutelage of Eric Sermon. So it was only right when we split up, I went with E Double. That's when he started the Def Squad. But the Hit Squad, you're right, it was the first Wu-Tang, the first, besides Juice Crew, it was the first team, a circle of MCs that won. Right. And it was nothing touching that. But then when we broke up, hey, that was the issues between, artists. Money, ego,
I love the fact when y'all used to tour, y'all used to go outside the box. I remember going to one of the tours and seeing you and Meth strapped to the ceiling, swinging on this wire over people. And I have never seen anything like that in my life. Like, you guys didn't care. You guys were still street, but y'all would do stuff that was outlandish.
That's right.
And
That's
why?
Right.
Why was that?
Because, even for that tour with the Jay-Z tour, which is one of the best tours that ever went out.
Absolutely.
Come on, you had DMX, Ja Rule, Jay-Z, the whole Rockefeller crew, and it was Red and Meth. And, we was like really the only known smokers on that tour. And plus we was coming out early before the rest of them. So sometimes when we was coming out on stage and people were still sweeping and straightening the chairs and, and they right there doing it while we performing. We sweating and they still stacking chairs. So we knew that we had to have a certain twist to our show to really make people remember our show before DMX and everybody came out. So we pick flying.
I've heard stories that.
Fact though, because I remember I went to that show at North Charleston and we missed you in Meth.
Yeah,
because y'all went on so
early.
But I've heard stories about how other artists have been a little intimidated because you guys had such high energy and have been like, okay, you guys got to turn it down a little because it's kind of making everything less energetic after us. Did that really happen?
Yes. Sometimes we have to tone it down, or sometimes they won't really tell us to tone it down. They're turn our mics down.
Or they'll cut the budget and you have no special effects.
Yeah, exactly. Or our sound will be low. Like that's what they do to artists. If you're, as I would say, blow the spot before they come out, they'll cut your sound down and cut your mics down so you won't be as loud as them. But yeah,
that's corny though. It's like, don't have me on the show.
Yeah, exactly. But they want to save room for the headliner, and I understand that, whatever. But the whole thing of it is that we watch KRS-One, like we watch Busta Rhymes, like we watch Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul. These people put on great shows, so our expectation of a show is up there, high up there, highly expected of what we do on stage. And yeah, it would made problems for some of the artists.
Did you ever ask Hov about that? Like, Hov, did you tell them to turn our mics down?
Nah. We was just so happy to be out there, man. Like, be on a 60-date tour. Like, we was out there for like 3 months damn near. Every night it was like 40 to 50 to 70,000 people every night. So we wasn't complaining about nothing.
Now, when y'all made the transition to Hollywood, was it ever uncomfortable? Like being a dude from the hood of Jersey, and then now you're in LA, you're doing movies, sitcoms. Did it ever make you like, feel like, I don't want to be doing this Hollywood?
No. You know what? No. Because when we did the TV show, it was a little uncomfortable because that was in I don't know, that TV show was a little bit funny. I
heard they brought in some writers that you guys were like, they don't even understand the lingo and the whole experience.
Like, they gave us a little creativity. They gave us the creativity in the beginning, but then they wanted to take that and let the writers do what they wanted to do and tell us how to, be on the show and act on the show, and that's when we wasn't having it. But the transition, it wasn't hard because one thing about Red and Meth that we understood is that, no matter where we go, what kind of genre of business that we handle, we're here together. And Hollywood will be quick to send your ass home.
Yeah.
Quick. As soon as you ain't cooperating, they will send you home. So we just came up, we was there with the mindset of, listen, we're not gonna sell out. We're not gonna, I would say, be lenient into what they want from us. We're going to stand ground, and if they don't want it, we're going to get out of here, and that's exactly what happened.
Y'all got a season. Was it because of low ratings or because of what?
No, we had good ratings, actually. It was just the creativity of the show. Like, they wanted us back. Yeah. It was like a little test run. Like, they gave us that show, the Red and Meth show on TV, just for the summer, just to see how it'd do. And it did well, and they wanted us to come back, but they wanted to take the creative side of it, and we
You didn't want to be corny. You didn't want to be corny.
Yeah, no. We was already getting little flack from media about doing that show anyway. But then they wanted to take the whole creative side and, make us, shucking and jiving up there. We was like, nah, we can't.
Only thing I didn't like about the show was the sound effects. They had y'all sound effects like a cartoon.
Horrible.
So,
Horrible. Yeah, horrible. Horrible, but it is what it is.
What about How High? Now what's going on with that? Because I've heard you say,
Oh, How High?
Y'all doing another one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dumber and Dumber came out with another one. Jim Carrey, yeah. And it was good. It was high. It was tight. I like the script behind it. But How High 2, reason why we didn't do it earlier because of the infringement rights of the characters and taking it to another company, and they wasn't having it. So now they just, I guess, reopened the movie, and we're going to be on Universal, but it might be Focus Universal. I'm not too sure yet. But the writers is writing it right now, so hopefully about this time next year we'll be shooting.
What's it going to be about? What's the plot going to be? Because
I can't tell. Yeah, I know that. I can't. You know what?
You guys are going to be teachers or something?
I can't tell. If I tell you, I got to kill you. But the writers. It's two black guys too. I forgot their name. I'm horrible right now for forgetting their name. But it's two black guys that's writing it.
You
should always blame everything on
a bunch of your lines in the movie.
Yeah.
Hey, you smoke. You could always blame everything on that.
I know. So they writing it right now, and they actually told me and Meth the plot a little bit, and I was like, wow, yeah. It's sort of like how Ace Ventura did. Pet Detective, and then he did Nature Calls.
Yeah.
It was a whole total. It's like that, I could say, but I can't really tell you the plot. Though.
You and Meth doing another album?
Yes, Blackout 3. We want to actually make the Blackout 3 album the soundtrack to the movie.
That makes sense.
But if not, if the movie won't be done in time, then we're just gonna drop a Blackout 3 and still have the soundtrack.
Now, let's talk about the Mobb Deep, the infamous Mobb Deep interlude. When he was like, I don't want to hear about these crazy rappers talking about that space stuff, whatever. We always hear about Murray confronting Prodigy, but there was a story that you confronted Mobb Deep in the tunnel.
Oh, no, Murray confronted him in the tunnel. We confronted him at the Apollo.
The Apollo.
Yeah, at the Apollo. Big up to Mobb Deep, too. Like, we was young, and we laugh about it. Mobb Deep do beats for us now. Like, I love the Mob. And but back then, the little beef we had, we saw him at the back of the Apollo, and we was ready to get it in, but security was blocking them to get out and blocking us from getting at them, and it was just a big mess, and we just left it alone after that. Murray went on a rampage. Yeah. That was his little time, but he smartened up. That's my dude, man. That's my young brother.
Did you see the battle with Murray and
Absolutely.
What did you think about that?
Hilarious. Hilarious. Yo, a lot of people say, I was embarrassed. I couldn't watch it. But when Murray your brother and Murray, one thing I can say about Murray is a lot of people don't know Murray is a very smart dude.
You can hear it in his lyrics.
He's very smart. When we picked him up, he was in college. I asked him about the battle. I was like, Murray. He's like, yeah, you know me, Doc. I'm just, they had me waiting there so long before the battle started. And me, I just had to, get me a drink before the battle. I was waiting too long.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like what they do on those reality shows. They get you all liquored up and then come on.
I saw him say he took some pills or something too, though. Like
I don't know what he did. But overall, that, they say that's one of the worst battles there is. But I looked at it as being hilarious.
Right.
Because Murray is hilarious. I even told him after that, I said, you know what, bruh? I said, we might as well just have the camera follow you and call the show, who want to deal with the bad guy? Something that, because Murray will not change who he is. Because Murray, he went through a lot. A lot of people don't know Murray's story. They don't know it. They don't know about his parents. They don't know what he went through. But he went through a lot, more than a whole lot of rappers in this game ever went through. Trust me. And I don't blame him for being the person he is and strong. Long as he's happy, his kids love him. They adore him. They respect him. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And we respect him, and he has our support,
How was it between y'all when he came into the fold? Because you was already there with Eric, and then when he brought in Keith, and they did the hostile. Was it like friendly competition?
Yeah,
They
you
like
know
each
what?
other,
When Murray first came in, we was knocking heads. He was knocking heads just a little bit, and until I got to understand him, because I was still hungry too. But I never said, yo, you know, E, what's good? You know, I'm your man. You know what you do. We always welcomed each other. So once I got to understand Murray as a man, and I think that's the main issue with any crew, any circle out there that breaks up, that can't do business no more. Remember, when you're doing a business with a circle of people, you want to understand them as a person first. And that's what I had to do about Murray. I had to understand him as his goals and as a person to get to know him, to know why he act like that. And then I understood it and I support it. Like, you know, I can tell him sometimes, hey, you a little bit. He understands. So, you know, he's a good dude. That's my dude, man.
Now, I saw you on Vlad TV. You ranked Eminem as one of the best lyricists, like right up there with Jay and Big and Nas. I always said if M was black, he'd be you. What do you think about that?
If he was black, he'd be me?
Yeah, because I feel like a lot.
I don't know if Eminem has a lot more anger.
I hear a lot of Redman in Eminem.
Influence, yeah.
I mean, even the Superman thing. That was
he even mentioned that he loved this.
Eminem spent a lot of time in Jersey before he got signed too, as well.
Good. Yeah, he did with the Outsiders. He was there with the Outsiders. Outsiders was that group that you know, that fell from the same fabric as me and Artifacts. You know, they had punchlines, and Eminem was a fan of them. You know, he was there. He was hanging with them. He do respects me as an artist. He said I influenced him a lot. Also Ludacris. Big up to Ludacris too. He said I helped influence him. If he was black and he was me, I don't know. He might be that. I say I say Eminem is up there because I like the content and the story that Eminem brings to the game. Like, he's consistent. He's quality. He likes to be punctual on his MCing. There's a lot of things that I respect about artists that's not because of their record sales and they're being on a radio 100 times a day. Is, you know, quality things like being punctual and wordplay and how you use words, and that's what MCs recognize, and that's what he recognized about me, and I recognize about him.
And he put his work in. He did all those. He used to battle all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before he got signed, he was always at every freestyle battle.
He put work in to this day, and it's like when you call somebody the best MC, when you say Jay, Biggie, and Nas, you know, are you ranking them on just, you know, how long they've been in the game or records sold? You know, it's so many things to MC, and you got to recognize, like punctual and wordplay and, you know, longevity and how the people, you know, respond to them. Like, I might not be the best, the top 3, but I'm not in that top 10 of barbershop talk. Like, I'd rather be barbershop talk. I'm good barbershop talk. So, you know, hey, I rank Eminem up there. I say he's up there.
You can hear the influence, I mean, even with the Superman, because you used to do the Superman series. On
yeah, absolutely.
Album, and then he did the Superman record.
Yeah, he did do that, didn't he?
Did that piss you off a little bit?
Not at all. No, hell no. Not at all.
I heard you always wanted to work with Dre, but you can't catch him.
Yeah.
You got to think about that?
He's like, I said it.
You know what? No. You know what? We did, and when I went to Cali, excuse me, I got a call from Exhibit, because I talked to J.O. Felony. J.O. Felony is my dude, and Exhibit is doing his album right now. And Exhibit is my dude. He reached out. He was like, yo, what's good? I'm at the studio with Dre right now. He said, come up here and lay something down. I guess he got the radio going on, the Dre radio. And I was like, I just had got off the plane, so I was tired as hell. So I told him I'll try to come tomorrow, but I ain't.
You blew off that.
Come on, Redman.
Yo, I didn't blow up Dr. Dre.
You need a double shot of espresso and get going.
Listen, I just got off the plane from Paris from a show with Meth that night, and I was in, you know, the flight from Paris, then L.A. So I literally just got off the plane, and I was going to do it, but I knew I wasn't going to get my beat that night.
But in retrospect, you kind of should have went. In retrospect, looking back.
You know what? Somebody else said
that.
You should have went. You know when Dre called you to get up there.
That's the bet, son.
Come on now.
You know what? Yes. But my Dre is Eric Sermon. That's my Dre. Okay. You know what I mean? Like if I'ma move for my own Dre. My Dre is Eric Sermon. Okay. And I love to get a beat from Dre, but I just don't jump when somebody say move. I know Dre magnitude, and I respect that shit. I got 100,000 pair of Dre phones in my goddamn house right now, but I was just tired as hell, and I knew I wasn't going to be as effective as I would if I had got some sleep.
Gotcha.
Because I take MCing, and when I'm doing a project for someone right there on the spot, I like to be really progressive and aggressive and show my work ethics. And I ain't want to get up in there taking all night writing some shit because I'm tired. So I wanted to be fresh.
But did tomorrow ever come?
No. Absolutely. I called, as usual, got up. Yo, I'm getting up there. Call exhibit, no answer.
There
call,
it is.
And I ain't have Dre phone to hit him directly. You know what I mean? Like maybe if Dre had hit me directly, like, yo, Red, I need you up here. That might have changed the game a little bit. I'll be like, you know what, Dre, I'm coming up there since you hit me.
Right.
But I couldn't get in touch with nobody the next day. I was like, yeah.
I saw you had reposted that video you put up before with the guy with cerebral palsy on the elevator and everything. You really got flack for that? Were people really upset about the?
No,
Okay, so that was just a joke. Because I was like, I didn't never hear about no backlash.
No. That was just a joke, yo. We just played that off. He ain't have cerebral palsy.
Well, I know he did it.
Yeah. No, we ain't get no flack for that. We ain't get no flack.
Do you worry about that kind of stuff now, though? Because we live in such a PC era.
Hey, Charlamagne, good question. Yes, we're living in such a sensitive era. For example, like when I'm on my IG, I like when I'm doing songs, I like recording a piece of a song and putting it in the IG. And just last week that you mentioned that, I had a song that producer Khalil did, and I took a piece from How High the Movie as a little bridge to the hook, and the hook went, the bridge went. She said, stop. I got a girl, I'm interacting with her, and she say, stop, no, don't. And I say, no, don't stop.
Yeah.
And I say, when a woman says no, she really means yes. And then she say, well, I'ma say yes. And I say, what the you mean no? I'm a bad boy trying to get all in your ringtone. So I posted that little part.
Sounds rapey.
That's rape.
This chick got on the IG. She like, yo, it sounds like you're promoting rape, Redman. I'm like, what the f*** is you talking about? That came from the movie How High. And then a couple of people just started going in, oh, you promote rape, you promote rape. So, I'm real tentative to my fans of what they say. Mm-hmm. So, and my album was turned in because it comes out this Friday, and this just happened like last week. So the business of it, everything has to be turned in. I literally went in on that one song, changed that one line.
Right, I don't want those problems.
They didn't want to go
no
through
means
what
no.
Rick Ross
But
and
it's in the
went
movie.
Through. Exactly.
Now we got to go to the movie.
Like you just said, we're living in a sensitive goddamn era right now. And
say it with me. No means no.
No means no. Exactly. And you know what? I'm not the kind of guy that changes what I say because I believe in my First Amendment. But I had to get, clearance from my sister and another person who I trust, TT. She's on my skit. She do all my skits from Muddy Waters. I had to call her, and she called me, and she's just like, Reggie, I never call you on anything, but I don't feel good about this one. And just because she said that, I went in, opened the song back up, opened the mix, changed that lyric, mixed it back, went to mastering, master it again that night, put it back in the sequence so I can make this date. Because I almost missed this date.
That's the beauty of being independent. If you were signed to a major label, I don't know that could have happened so quickly.
Overall is, Charlamagne, we all living in a sensitive time right now where everyone has an opinion on the internet or social media. And it's f***ed up that you got to really watch what you say now, because things we said in the 90s, we can't say now.
Do you feel like guys would have been successful, like you, the Eminems, even comedians? You think like they'd have been successful now? Because you have to censor everything.
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
A true artist can
think
figure
so.
it out and
Yeah.
maneuver.
Yeah, I think so. Is some subjects are sensitive from what women go through and people go through, and I understand that. And I don't know, you just have to watch what you say nowadays. So just to show my fans I love them, that's why I told that story, that I would go and almost miss my album date just to make one fan feel good. Because it was like only a couple of people that said something, but I did that to be tentative to my fans. Just to show
And the
them I
album
love
is
them.
out on Friday.
Absolutely, November 13th, Mudface. And Muddy Waters 2, the album, is out next spring, next summer.
You still love fat women, man?
Absolutely, I show them love.
Big women.
Big women. Yeah. Big.
Let's be politically correct.
See what I'm
You know
saying?
what I mean?
Back-
No
back
fat
then,
shaming.
In the 90s, we said fat, Charlamagne. But today, we have to say voluptuous.
Yes. Okay,
Beautiful
BBW.
Did you ever catch flack when you did the song with Pac? Like from like people on the East Coast?
No, not at all. Not at all. At that time, we actually, that story on that, we actually did the record for Daz. That was a Daz record. And, Daz, when he told a story, and we got a better insight on how it went down, he said as soon as Pac came home, he was getting hot beats from everybody. Anybody who had a hot song, he was getting it and making his album. And he heard Daz, heard that Red and Meth, and Inspector Deck was on it, but they didn't put him on it. And he took the record, so.
Oh, so the record was already done. It wasn't even a Pac record.
Yeah. Pac wasn't. The record was done. It was coming out on Daz's album, and Pac just came home right in between that time, and he just gaffled the record, took the record. Next thing we know, we hearing it on Pac album. It was like, damn.
You didn't get upset like, yo, man,
Yeah,
Pac out here
no.
dissing all the
Hey,
East Coast artists.
no, not at all, man. Not at all.
Right.
I'm a Biggie rider all day. They already know that. I ride Biggie. That's all day. Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us.
Come on, that's what's up.
in stores
Redman,
on
my
this
man.
Friday.
That's
We
right.
appreciate you. What's in that bag you got, man?
Oh no, this is my soda can right here.
What is in there?
Yeah, soda can.
Some food?
I keep my bud in here. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't show police. I hope y'all
police
ain't
know
watching.
now, right?
Yeah. That up, and I just got my
Thanks,
phone.
Envy.
That's it. But
Get a book bag, Red. You don't gotta be hood your whole life.
whatever. This is how we gotta keep
You got
it.
his phone cord in there and
Yeah,
everything.
you see it. You see it.
It's the Breakfast Club. It's Redman.
Yes, sir. Album out this Friday. Holla, November 13th. Mudface. Let's get it.